Kazi. He's a Senior Vice President of Technology and Innovation Platform Strategy and Product Management at SAP.
Hi everyone. I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes to answer one question. One and only one question. What is the largest business software company in the world and application platform company in the world doing at this conference? Right? I talked to my team and they said that's the question they're getting at the booth. What's SAP doing here? And I'm used to this. We showed up at TechCrunch and people went, what is SAP doing here? So hold that thought for a minute. Right? I love this picture actually. We can use it for many things, but augmented reality is one that fits quite well here. And the people who come in after me, who've used a little bit of SAP's technology to build some of what they're showing, will give new meaning to something like this as well. Before I get into SAP, and I didn't want to spend, I will answer that question, but I wanted to take a step back and not talk about SAP. Right? Talk a little bit about the trends. And we have the largest trend that we're seeing, and forget what was said in 2003 that IT doesn't matter. We've got Mark Anderson now talking about bits, not atoms. Software will eat the world. But guess what's happening? It's atoms to bits. We can now delay manufacturing. We can go to the last. We can apply the principles of programming for anybody who's been a programmer, late binding to manufacturing. And this is not the just in time. We're talking about actually delaying manufacturing, atoms to bits. Everything, software is taking over the world. Bottom line. There's no doubt, everybody here knows who's here that there's an explosion of data. The whole idea around big data, not just volume, velocity, variety, name it. There's huge amounts of data being mined, captured, created, stored, etc. Did we not have this before? Yes, we did, but the way the technologies have advanced, the underlying capabilities of storage and management of data have changed significantly to allow us to mine this a lot better. And the key to all of this, for any sea change to happen, is how end users rethink and redo things that they've done before and do new things that were not possible before. I'm not going to run through this chart, but give you see the transition. And I can put augmented reality up on this chart right up ahead, but if you think of what the speakers before me said, real-time, mobile, cloud, I heard a whole lot of these components that make up for a platform on which to build and deliver augmented reality solutions. So therein I've already given you a hint as to what SAP is doing here. I mentioned platform. Platform was in my title too. So maybe, just maybe, we have a platform for existing companies, new companies, startups, to build and deliver new solutions, new visualizations on existing SAP software. And 60–70% of the world's business goes through us. For those of you who are not familiar with SAP, what SAP does. So either visualizing, providing new behaviors around that software, and more importantly, one closer to my heart is the platform that we provide now for a new platform that we provide that talks about, that enables you to deliver these solutions, real-time, big data, augmented reality. We have 431 startups as of today building on this platform. Actually, I take that back. That was 431 startups 2 weeks ago. It's 455 today. Building on this platform. The platform is called HANA, and I said I won't talk about SAP, so I'll stop again. We'll come back to what does this mean for augmented reality. All of these trends coming together. Take a look at different industries. This is not the augmented reality, and most of you know this, but this is not the augmented reality that people started out thinking with. Minority Report. Well, of course, there's Iron Man as well now, talking about all the kinds of things you can do with machines. And the artificial intelligence piece that was that was tied into what could have been augmented reality. No, this is not a sci-fi movie anymore. There's real business value being attached to each one of these cases. Whether you're doing assisted surgeries, whether you're doing one of the startups working with us, a small gaming company called Big Point that has a small game called Battlestar Galactica. I'm assuming most of you are familiar with these small things because we are a small startup to begin with, SAP. So they work with us with our platform to deliver a real-time experience to the gamers, to the players, especially when their avatar is about to die. They get a real-time offer to be able to extend it. So the nature of their offer, the price of the offer, the kind of things they can do, that's all calculated by our platform, as an example. Education, there's ways to provide assisted learning and reinforcement, especially when you start thinking about autistic children. We have an application that we provide called Care Circles, which allows caregivers to take care of autistic children. How difficult would it be to add capabilities in there that make it easier to provide learning modules for these autistic children? Reinforcements for when they get things right, they get reinforced. Simple clapping sounds. And we've seen videos of these on YouTube from an augmented reality perspective as well. Durable goods service, car design, retail sales experience. I go into a store, I take my 3-year-old, 4-year-old. I'm looking to buy them a Lego set. And my 4-year-old is now an 8-year-old actually, and is pretty good with Lego. Doesn't need any help on visualizing what the end product looks like, and probably ends up building stuff that the Lego guys never thought about. But there are others who need that help. Being able to provide that visualization is a way for Lego to make sure that they close the sale when somebody picks up a box to take a look at it. If they can look at a visualization of what the end model looks like. Providing ways to look at your sales channel, controlling. These are concepts, and we've got this interesting looking browser, and it's really a small font, but somewhere at the end of that browser on the top left, there's an SAP. It's an SAP browser used with, let's say, somebody like a Matteo or one of the other guys that's providing these capabilities. But these are concepts that we are working on with some of our customers. Right? So how do you measure retail store velocity? How do you do production insight? How do you bring the existing SAP Business Suite and ERP, where, as I said, 60, 65, 70% of the world's business runs, and how do you bring that into the world of augmented reality? Not just the platform, but we already have this wealth of information and data available in the business. And the last one, I'm wondering whether I should take the risk because I have to go to the net and run this. If it runs slow, I'll just stop it. But there's a company called Vuzix that's out there as well. And we'll see if this actually works as planned. I got it. Did I just kill the sound? All right. It was a valiant attempt to work with.
Show item 1.
The size for item 1 is 30 by 25 by 5 and the weight of 0.5 kilogram. It's non-fragile. Pick 2.
I think you guys get the idea. We are working with companies that can access the traditional SAP systems and drive new behaviors and drive new businesses, drive new models. And I'm going to stop this. It's on YouTube for those interested, or you can check it out at the SAP or the Vuzix booth. And we can talk to you more about this, but let's go back to. And of course, right after me, there's our friends and partners, Keytree, that will come and talk about some of their products and what we've done to help. I wanted to take a moment to sort of highlight where does SAP fit, now that we've talked a little bit about what SAP does in this space. Where does SAP fit in the overall value chain? And this is our feeble attempt at capturing a value chain for enterprise augmented reality. And you might have different versions of it, but it's more or less in the right direction. There's hardware providers, there's enabling software providers, there's a presentation layer, there's people who provide additional content, annotations, etc. And then who are the end users? Whether it's consumers, it's a group of, it's people exchanging messages in social networks, businesses, governments, etc., etc., etc. So where does, I put SAP as enabling software, and there's a curious little thing called startups. By startups, we mean startups, ISVs, independent software providers, other people providing solutions that are building augmented reality solutions on top. So what does SAP provide for that? Well, we saw it in the video. We provide the core system of record. We provide our business software that people can access. And again, we provide the platform and the core technology. So another one of our startups in the program that is on a product called HANA, SAP HANA. That's one thing you got to remember. It's everything that you could have imagined since sliced bread and more. And I'm not the marketing guy anymore, so I'll leave it at that. But keep that in mind. It's a platform that allows you to develop real-time applications, real-time analytics, real-time big data, all of that put together. And each of your needs are unique. We don't only have augmented reality startups. We have the 431 is a diverse set of startups across many different industries. Having said that, I want to mention one. We have something called Stargazer, a startup called Stargazer that looks at billions of bits of data across historical and current across all the stars, and can map from a point where you are in the galaxy or in the star field what the view will look like to you. And as you move, so now suddenly you're starting to think Star Wars, Star Trek, all of that. Well, it's all of that put together and more. You can actually traverse the star fields, and it will build that view out for you in real time of where things are at. Practical values of this? Well, there's a lot in terms of climate management, in terms of being able to predict different things. We have predictive capabilities as well in this. And my job is not to understand who's got the right technology, who's got the right idea. I'm the arms dealer. Come build on my platform. That's how I look at it. Okay? Thank you, everyone.